Due to Ontario's guidelines, we are presenting these live streaming events in a virtual environment to keep everyone safer. We hope you will join us in the next several weeks. Please stay safe and stay well. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Don Parkinson. I'm consultation lead with S&C Lavalin on the Webequie Supply Road project. We were originally going to show the socioeconomics and human health, or talk about the socioeconomics and human health study plan this week, but we decided to move that to a later date just because it's such a big topic. But as a primer for that, what we thought we'd do this week is show you 3 videos which are related to socioeconomics, that are about Webequie, that we think you might find interesting. So maybe what we can do, control room first, is play the, let's play the community elder Josie video. Josie is going to talk about Webequie's 3-tier approach, and then we'll come back and then we'll introduce the next video, which is a little bit more of an in-depth look at the Webequie 3-tier approach. So let's play that video now.
That's Josie Jacob. He's going to talk about the tree, the 3-tier model of the land for Webequie First Nation. And he got this from way back from other elders. Josie, and this is one of those. 90. Josie's 90 years old already, so way back before he got this information from the other elders. How they can protect their land, and also their livelihood, the resources of this area.
The 3-tier system is a set of ideas or rules based on traditional use of the land. The tiers are determined by how far a man could walk in 2 days roughly, and determine how different areas are developed while protecting the community's integral cultural resources. These are native ideas being put into work.
It says the yellow mark, the color yellow, is for the economic development, the resources, and whatever the people, the non-native people are looking for minerals, just let them do it. Just let them look for the minerals. Mm-hmm. As long as that finding, the discovery of the mineral, as long as that business runs, you're going to get the benefit from that business, as long as it runs. Mm-hmm. If they discover or they find the mineral around that green mark, they have to come here to the community. They have to come and discuss the findings of that mineral. That green circle there, you can't give that away. You have to keep that for the community. So that's all the benefits are going to come from. he knows already that like the trapping doesn't work anymore. It's not worth it anymore. Same as fishing and all that, but it's only for private use. And that green part is very important. The resources are there. If you know how to manage that green part, then back to the reserve is going to survive. You or him as an Indian cannot give that away. This example, this plan here, you cannot give that away. You have to use it the way it's pronounced, how described. How is it described? That's how you use it to benefit from the land.
And we're back. I hope everyone enjoyed that video. Normally, my partner Michael Fox is here with us, but he's only with us here virtually. He's over here. He's represented by a blue circle with a white S, I think, on your screen. So he's here in spirit, anyway. So hi, Mike. So our next video is from Gordon Wabas. Now, Gordon is a highly respected member of Webequie community. Gordon is many things, a linguist, but he has incredible traditional knowledge. And a few months ago, it was maybe a year ago, he spoke with us about the three-tier approach and tried to walk us through that approach. So let's have a look at that video. I think you'll find it really interesting, and you'll see that we've enhanced it with some graphics because he's writing on a whiteboard, and the graphics will sort of explain what he's writing. So we hope you enjoy that.
I want to talk about three-tier. We call it in our language, Kaniso Pitawa Atek Manafri. It's the framework. It is the law. I want to talk about the relationship first because I think it's very important to understand the relationship first. The indigenous relationship with the new people, the government, that relationship. I want to talk about that first. First of all, the three-tier, when it was pointed to me, it was on the wall, pictorial, and it looked something like this. And when someone says that is the law, it's very hard to interpret. How do you translate that? So, so it stems from the interpretation. The interpretation of the relationship with the government is the asset terminology of ownership. Asset is ownership, and we have control. That mentality is the interpretation. So the actual asset of that is the interpretation. That's how I see it. So when they say that, Their diagram looks like this. With our diagram, we have our community, we have our culture, and we have socio-economic. That is our model. So this model existed before the treaty making. This model, if you look at the centerpiece today in government, it's federal. On this side, outside the federal, we have provincial. The border in between is that piece, the indigenous culture. There is no room for indigenous people here. And that is the interpretation, is that the angle that they come from is that you've surrendered the land. So it would be the treaty interpretation. The asset is their interpretation. But over here, if I made something, carve something, because that's the skill set that's given to me, I can give it to you as a gift because I made it. But the land, I didn't make those. And yet, I was put there. I was given my color, my language, and all the things that I could live off from, plants and the animals and the fish. So that is the interpretation of Creator given. So, when something that is given to you, your traditional values and beliefs, that to me is sacred. And what is sacred, you cannot surrender or give it, because it would be disrespectful.
Okay, we're back. We hope you enjoyed that video of Gordon Wabas talking about the three-tier approach. There's a lot of wisdom in those words of Gordon, and I think if anything, that's given our viewers a really good idea about the three-tier approach. Next up, we've got what we call the hockey video, and that video is one that talks about the aspirations of community members, particularly the youth, for an outdoor rink with a sheltered sort of area to allow players or kids to put their skates on, like a wind-protected area. So this is something that Webequie has been waiting for a long time, and it would be something I think that would really help the community, as it's helped many other communities too, with arenas and things like that. It gives the youth something to do in the winter, and so this is something I think you'll find interesting. It was done by our colleague Tony McGuire, and Tony's, I think, captured something very interesting too about the hopes and aspirations of community members, and we think it's representative of I think other things that they're aspiring towards as well. So let's watch that video, and then we'll wrap up.
They're at the 11-minute mark in the third period.
Maple Leafs Basic, Red Wings, Kyle Massachusetts.
face-off will be in the leave zone at this end.
Red Wings now.
You can hear them. Grosso, Wares, Abel.
Police.
And the Mick
Don
and
Met,
John Met. Clear it back to their own net.
Abel function. Stewart.
For me, like my son will be in high school next year, and well, me and my husband were talking about it still, like it might be best for him to go to high school in Thunder Bay or anywhere instead of here because we don't have an arena and he wants to skate.
Actually, the old community of Webequie used to be a gathering place where all of the different families, while they were out during the winter, came back to the community, which was traditionally known as Kijibanica, which means at the end of the lake. And this is where our community members used to gather.
Like I had to wear long johns, I had to wear a sweater, a hoodie on top, and put all my gear. Sometimes it wasn't that comfortable, but at least I played hockey. So.
I try usually keeping this rink good every day. Usually come out and shovel, trying to do the edges. Yeah.
Is it hard to do conditioner around here?
Yeah, it's usually very cold and windy.
Yeah?
And snowy.
So you have to go out of town to condition or?
Yeah, I just was gonna try and leave to arena, but I can't get enough money.
Webequie is located roughly 527 kilometers away from Thunder Bay and is constantly told about the billions of dollars of value in their ring of fire.
We need an arena. Guys, look at it. Look at this whole place. It's filled with snow.
A market where people can sell their vegetables jogging, maybe track and field if possible, they can do that. Having a place where we can have either summer festivals or even winter carnivals, powwows, as well as hosting tournaments or even hosting regional conferences.
In particular this year, we're having issues with the weather, and also during the summer we don't have any place to go to, like when it's raining or anything like that. And it certainly would help to have an indoor sessions with the kids. You know, we need to be have them more active. Being active, you know, gives them less likely to get into trouble, get into other mischiefs, that type. And we're plagued with mischiefs nowadays.
I mean, like, it's really cold during the winters, and it'd be good for kids. Less flus going around. A place to hang out most of the time instead of causing trouble.
Since I've been here for 1965,
it's been a long time I've been here. And I have been working in the education department for over 20 years now. And it's been over 30 years we've been trying to get the indoor rink.
Because most of these young boys we have here, they dream of going on the NHL. But with the rink we have here, it's impossible to do so.
If you could get everything you wanted, what would you want?
A Zamboni and seats in the stands. That's all. And dressing rooms.
If we can get this building here, like, it would really have a major impact on these youth, especially the youth. And also maybe they can try something else like curling in there, and say for the summertime they would play floor hockey there, play volleyball, or they can use that space for like dryland training and jogging around.
And I lost my oldest a couple years ago, but he was really into hockey. When he started skating when he was 3 years old, 4 years old, it didn't matter if it was blowing snow, minus 40, 30, for him to go skating. I know he had a couple of frostbites too.
Ecco, Don met, where the panic to the Trevohan, panic to the neck able function. I go man the panic to me and give it you, steward. I go panic to give it again.
That's the stuff you do in order for you to play hockey. Like, there's a bunch of us in same age as me, a bunch of us there traveling out on the winter roads just to go play indoors.
I want an arena!
Yeah, we used to travel out to the nearby communities by skidoos.
Oh yeah, go play?
Yeah. Closest one would probably be Summer Beaver.
Okay.
So we would drive out. A couple of buddies of mine, maybe like 5 skidoos. We get people to hop on the sleds.
Skate! So we could skate! So we could skate all day. So it won't be windy. And so we won't be cold.
What do you think about skating? Is it hard on your lungs to skate here? Tell me about what it's like to be skating minus 20.
It's hard to explain, but all I can say is it feels great.
And I'd like to see it being built in Webequie as quickly as possible, because the arena can be used during the winter time and also during the summertime.
You want an arena?
It's cold out here.
We lose a lot of young people too. On suicides, we have lost a lot of youths from the past. That's the reason I'm saying, and probably it's been said out already what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is nobody shouldn't be left out whatsoever.
Okay, we're back. Really enjoyed that video. I think that was. I think that's another illustration of some of the complex socioeconomics issues in the community itself. We thought we'd add one more video, and I think the video that we're going to see now is another one done by our colleague Tony McGuire. We call it the Vice video because of the format that it was shot in. And it features 2 community members who now live off reserve, Leslie and Lorraine. And it talks about why they had to leave the reserve and what life is like off reserve. And I think you'll find it pretty interesting. So let's watch that and then we'll wrap up.
there are many reasons that the community members want to move from the community to access better health care and better education, or even to get a better job. Lorraine, أجياد بدقش نمن or Gabij Bizuman. We'll be there about 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, this is Leslie. So we're on our way to interview Lorraine Whitehead, and she moved out of the community over a decade ago, and I guess she wanted to get a better education, a better life.
State
your name and where you're from.
Lorraine Whitehead. I am from Webequie First Nation.
So how long ago did you move from Webequie?
I moved out of Webequie about 12 years ago, maybe 14. I don't really remember. I moved initially for school, and I've been in Thunder Bay since. I moved to Thunder Bay because there was a lack of education. So when I moved out, the only education that we had access to at the time was through distant education. I had originally moved away for high school, then college, and I came back out again to study accounting. And when I moved, I brought my daughter out, so she had dreams of becoming a mechanic, and that's something that is not offered on the reserve. If she had stayed on the reserve, she wouldn't have that opportunity to study to be one.
You guys job mission and you
You see, but don't laugh. See who can last without laughing longest. Okay, it's there. Go ahead.
What?
Come on, you can last longer than. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, stare, and see who can last, and go.
I forgot to mention better housing.
Better housing? Is that a major?
Yeah,
oh, you guys have got no house here.
Yeah, no house, right? Remember I jumped from house to house? Yeah.
Tell me about housing. Tell me about the housing situation.
So, community members. The only reason why the community members, some community members, are wanting to move from the rest to the cities because they want better access to education, health, and housing. Because there's a lack of education and a lack of health care and lack of housing.
Okay, we're back. Hope you enjoyed that video. It's a pretty cool video, I think. So that wraps up today's session. This was a bit of a primer for a later discussion that we'll have over the next few weeks. In the next few weeks on socioeconomics and human health, but I think those different videos gave you a sort of a flavor for some of the considerations of the community and just life in the community, and so we think that those are helpful, and we're going to be producing more of these down the road as well. So thanks again for joining us, and look to our website supplyroad.ca over the next few weeks, and we'll be talking about future streaming sessions, and I think we're going to be having a few more sort of Zoom type calls with experts in different areas on the environmental assessment as well. So look for that over the next few weeks, and we'll keep in touch. Thanks for joining us, and take care.